Hey, this video is going to be a little bit of a channel update and plans for 2020 and a little bit of a news post thing. This is going to be more of a vlog, so don't expect a lot of images or anything. So go play a game or the volume up and go do dishes or something. I don't know. But this is just going to be me rambling. I don't really have a script. I just have a couple notes that I'm going to cover. So first thing, the past month has not quite gone to plan. I did want to do 3 videos, this video and 2 others before December ended. Obviously, that didn't happen, uh, primarily because I had an outbreak of shingles in the middle of December, and you might be saying, but Double D, you sound really young for someone in her 60s. But no, that's just part of my mental health disorder, is my brain doesn't turn off the stress hormones, so I get to deal with all these illnesses that shouldn't hit me for 30 years. But that kind of tanked me. I was kind of bedridden for about 2 weeks straight, so. And I spent the past week, which is Christmas week, when everything is closed, trying to catch up on all the stuff I missed. So that's how that's been going. Uh, so those 2 videos that are coming are the red pill video that you guys voted on that you wanted to see before the Prager video, which is the second video that I'm going to be doing. I'm probably going to do the Prager video on the one that's about pensions, but if something really special has come up recently that I haven't noticed yet, I might just do that because it's hard to top the last one we did because that smoking gun of Papa Joe putting poop in his cookies. You can't top that. But you shouldn't try. But they can't all be aces. But 2019 is the first year I actually think the Aiden Paladin video went up almost exactly a year ago as I'm recording this. It's been a year on my channel, and we've done some fun stuff. We accurately predicted that J.K. Rowling would slide into the reactionary role after the next election, which was a lot sooner than I thought, but, you know, still happened. You heard it here first. You can't deny it. We did our good Prager video, I thought. That was nice. Yeah. So 2020 plans. I can't promise that I can set a schedule this just yet. This is still a hobby and will be a hobby going forward. But I do want to do sort of more direction than I have been. Right now I've just been making videos about whatever the hell pops into my head, and I'm like, I can make a video about that. First off, Andromeda is still going to be on the channel. I don't think I ever mentioned this in a video before, but the whole reason I'm doing Andromeda, really, like I've wanted to do the Andromeda reviews for a while, like as a back burner project in my head. But the thing that actually motivated me to like do them was because I wrote about 1/3 of the Andromeda wiki back in the day. It's probably like less than that by volume by now after all, years and years of edits. But like that was my baby. And Lore Reloaded, when he does his Andromeda lore videos, I can tell by the way he words things and the order in which he words things that he's basically just reading my Wikipedia articles verbatim. So I'm going to do it on my channel. That's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm going to keep doing it. And I do think all those fascist things are really important to talk about. And we haven't really gotten into like meaty Andromeda yet. So, I'm excited to do that in 2020. I might do more debunking videos. As of right now, I'm kind of bookended by debunking videos between the Prager video and the Paladin video, the Aiden Paladin video. So I'm just gonna maybe do more of those. It's hard for me to like want to do debunking videos though, because I feel like a lot of it is just repeating the same stuff over and over again that I don't really want to deal with. Like I could debunk a Carl Gone video, right? But I have to listen to Carl for hours and hours and hours to like say something more than, he's wrong. Um, I still can't do streaming because of my internet speed, which we tried for a little bit, but it just wasn't working out, I don't think, because of all the skips and pauses and buffering, and that's not good for streaming. What I do really want to do this coming year is project videos that are much more concrete policy than the way I've been doing them so far. So far, I've been doing like philosophy videos, right? Very broad strokes things. I want to start analyzing um, policies that could be implemented right now if we wanted to, right? So, like, look at the last major political shift we had in the United States and the UK, which was the neoliberal shift under Thatcher and Reagan. In the United States specifically, that was a culmination of neoliberal economics, which had been in theory crafting since the 50s, and the Southern strategy, which had been started under Barry Goldwater. So that was almost 20 years before Reagan was brought into office. But that neoliberal revolution was basically, like, as Boris Johnson says, oven ready. So I think it's important for people who don't want the fascists to win to also make oven ready policy stuff and formulate like concrete ideas, not just like I'm not philosophically opposed to regulation because it's collective bargaining on the individual versus the corporation, right? That's a philosophical stance. It's not a practical stance that you could take to someone and be like, well, this is how we could fix the problem if we did research into this, this, and this. I think we need more videos like that. I don't see enough of them. And I don't see enough action in the United States by my state Democrat Party, which concerns me. I mean, my state is not a battleground state. But the reason that concerns me is like 2010 was when the Tea Party took over. 2010 was the census here. The Tea Party got to draw all of the congressional districts. And I don't think that the Democrats have learned that lesson yet. So I think we might be in for another decade of nonsense. So yeah, I want to have these policy videos that are just ideas that like we can push forward and say, this is something that I think we should do. Like, say, how you might go about, for say, reforming the electoral college, right? Not just like, oh, I want the popular vote, but like more of a strategy and more of a practical implementation that could be done small scale, especially if your state government is really accessible. Other options that I've been toying with about doing is ideas on like reforming the National Guard to be more of like a humanitarian response force, like have a core of like nurses and disaster relief workers in the National Guard that can be deployed at will, stuff like that. So that's probably going to be coming up in this coming year. January is really busy for me. I have a court date and a lot of prep work to do with that with my lawyer. So I won't really have a lot of time and energy, mostly energy. I have plenty of time, but I probably won't have a lot of energy to finish off a bunch of videos. I'm going to really try my best to get the 2 videos I want out in December, the Prager and the Red Pill, out in January. The Red Pill video is pretty much written. I don't really have a conclusion. And like I said, the Prager video is probably not going to be as stellar. There's not a lot to deal with, but it's going to be, it's going to try to be a little bit more formal and structured than a more ranty video like the J.K. Rowling video, right? So those are my plans. Oh, one more thing. I have almost 100 subscribers, and I figure I'll do a 100 subscriber uh, AMA. It's going to be more of an AMA. Uh, so if you want to ask a question for the AMA, uh, you can go to my Curious Cat. We have, I think it's 88 subscribers right now, but because of the way my channel works with the algorithm, right, like they come in bursts. So the next burst might put us over 100. So whenever that comes, um, we'll do an AMA. You can ask me questions on Twitter. Just make sure you uh, label them as such, like an AMA question. Just make it obvious that I know what it is. And you can ask as many as you want. If you want to know about me, if you want to know about how I feel about an issue, if you want to know how I feel about the news, if you want to know how I feel about anime titties, you can just ask me as many as you want. I'll answer them all because there aren't a lot of you, right? So it shouldn't be that hard. I won't run into a Steve Shives problem for a long, long time. Those are all the plans I have right now for 2020. Um, we're still a hobby channel, but I'm glad that we've all had some laughs, and I feel like we're finding slash carving our niche here on the internet. So thank you all for following me. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for supporting and sending me positive comments on Twitter and all that stuff. So thank you a bunch, and I will see you this year.